Hey, it's Ryan over at 2 Minute Tennis. This video is all about the proper leg drive timing on the serve. Please consider subscribing and liking this video as it really helps the channel. So the first thing I want you to know is that the leg drive actually contributes a rather small percentage of your racket speed. So it's really important that you're using the number one contributor to racket speed, and that is the proper racket path, coupled with the right grip, the continental grip. If you do not have the right service motion, you're going palm up and you into that waiter's tray and you're not using the proper throwing motion, using the legs really isn't going to help you. So we got to make sure that we're using the proper arm motion. But adding the legs, and specifically adding the legs at the right time, that's really going to help you hit a better serve. So the first thing we want to do when we go out and set up to serve is we want to coil away from our target. You reap what you sow, right? So if you want to uncoil into your serve, you have to coil first. I watch so many players and they face forward. You see a lot of beginners, like if they're serving this way, and they face their target, and then they still face their target. They go palm up, and then they still face their target. That's not what you see a baseball pitcher, a football quarterback doing. There's a coiling that should occur. So you can see my body is facing that direction, but as I begin my serve, now I turn away, and what actually happens is this front knee buckles. You want to actually turn the upper body more than the lower body. That's the definition of coiling. I'm not coiling here if I turn my entire body. A coil is when the upper body turns more than the lower body. That coil allows for an uncoil. So the first thing that has to happen is we want to coil away from the target. The next thing that occurs is the arms and the body go in an opposite direction. So after I coil, my arms begin going up, and as they go up, my body begins going down. You can see my body sinking as my arms go up. Arms go up, body goes down. And as my arms are going up, what's occurring, a couple things, my tossing arm is leading. The tossing arm is leading, and you can see my tossing arm is above my hitting arm. That forces me to then swing faster, so you don't want your racket coming up first. It's coil. You do want the arms coming up at the same time, but you want the tossing arm leading. And as I'm doing this, my strings are pointing down. This is what's called palm down. My palm is facing the ground. My strings are facing the ground. The reason for this is it allows me to use a circular swing. The way we get racket speed, the majority of the racket speed on our serve, is with a circular racket path. That can only occur with my strings pointing down. The moment I point the strings up, there's no way to make a circle. I can't make a circle from this position. Anatomically, I can't go this way because I'm not serving that direction if I'm serving this way, and I can't go that way. There's no way to make a circle with your strings facing up. Only way to make the circular swing is with your palm facing down. That's why it's so important that you have a palm down serve. Now, I know you've seen this if you've watched any of my videos on any platform. You've seen me demonstrate serves while wearing a birthday hat. This is not some stupid gimmick, and I have a lot of players, they'll reach out to me on social media, they'll send me a direct message, and they'll say something like, "Hey, I practiced your birthday hat serve. It didn't really help me." And I'll say, "Oh, awesome. What color birthday hat did you buy?" I always ask that. And they'll say, "Well, I didn't actually buy a birthday hat. I just imagined." I'm like, "Well, no, there's a reason why I actually wear a physical birthday hat. You can't just imagine that there's a birthday hat on your head. You have to actually wear one so that you can knock it off, because the proper throwing motion with the palm facing down and making that circle will knock the birthday hat off of your head." Most serve drills, whether it's putting balls in a sock, or throwing your racket in a field, or throwing a football, these are all great ways of practicing the service motion in a loose motion, but they don't give you instant feedback on an actual serve, right? You do the drill and then you hope it positively affects your serve. The birthday hat, on the other hand, allows you to actually hit a serve and know if you made the right motion, because if you go palm up, you will never hit the birthday hat. If you keep your strings pointing down and the racket passes in like you're saluting, the racket passes in over the head like Osaka, like Federer, the racket passes in and circles around. So please, if you're a coach, get a bunch of these and start handing them out to all your students. You will have the best serving students in your town, I promise you, and it's going to cost you a couple cents to give them a birthday hat, and it'll be the best tool you ever give them to hit better serves. So they're in the ready position, the service ready position. You coil away from your target. You then toss, leading slightly with the tossing arm, and your body begins going down as your palm is facing down as the racket rises. Now, at this point, where the racket is just about to knock off the birthday hat, that is when you want your body driving up. Remember, we want the body going the opposite direction as the arms. Our arms are going up, body is going down. You'll notice that I'm not just going down, I'm coiling. It's coil, coil even more. My upper body is turned more than my lower body. At this point, I begin pushing, especially off of my back foot. Again, I'm serving this way. I'm really gonna push off of my back foot. That's my right leg since I'm right-handed. And I'm gonna drive up and knock the birthday hat off at the same time. When you drive your body up, at the exact moment you begin the upward motion as you knock off the birthday hat, it stretches the shoulder. Now you have to do it, like actually do it to be able to show the shoulder rotation, but the shoulder is gonna reach way, way back, and it allows then for a slingshot motion to occur. I watch a lot of videos of players serving, whether it's on social media, if it's actually during a lesson where I'm teaching. Most leg drive occurs for amateurs way too late, where the racket is actually upside down or halfway down, and then that's when the body begins going up. To maximize the percentage of racket speed that you get from your legs and add 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 miles an hour to your serve. Yes, you've got to have the right arm action, but you have to time with the coil and the legs bending, you have to time the push, and it has to happen as you're knocking off the birthday hat. So how do you practice that? You go out and get a birthday hat. You then hit serves, and you slow it down on your phone, and you go slow motion, and you see when your body begins going up. And it should either happen at the exact moment your racket hits the birthday hat or just before. Players who explode their body up just before their racket hits the birthday hat would be an Opelka, a Roddick, a Dimitrov. Players who explode up as the racket is passing in over the head, Ash Barty, Roger Federer, even Novak Djokovic. Those are players who are hitting the birthday hat as they begin the upward movement with the body. Either is correct, and you can really hit great serves doing either way, but you just don't want to knock off the birthday hat and then drop the racket and then explode up with the body. It's way too late, and you're not maximizing the kinetic chain on your serve. So go out and get a birthday hat, coil, and you're gonna film yourself as you do this. Coil away from your target, begin lifting the arms up as your body goes down. Then as you pass the racket in and actually knock the birthday hat off, that's when your body should be going up. If you start practicing that timing where the body goes down as the arms go up, and then as you knock the birthday hat off your head, you begin going up with your body. You start working on that timing, and you're gonna have to do that by filming yourself and actually looking at it. You start doing that, you're gonna maximize what your body contributes to your racket speed on your serve, and there's no doubt you're gonna win more matches and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy over at 2 Minute Tennis. Talk to you soon.